Hello there. Welcome. It's been a month. It's now a new month. And this is this month's tapes. For me, anyway. Well, starting off with one I listened to a long time ago, the Ryan Adams 1989, which is the entirety of Taylor Swift's 1989 is covered by Ryan Adams. It's all right. I don't really know what to say about it. This month I got a ton of Shrimper tapes. Shrimper was a label from California back in the day, back in the early 90s. This Back to the Egg A-Hole tape, I should probably have filed under McCartney, which I think I will do pretty soon after when I go to file everything, because it's sort of anti-attributing. It's taking a brave stance against Paul McCartney for some reason. I don't know really why. Speaking of the Beatles, this just came out. The Beatles Get Back entire rooftop performance. I'm glad to have that. On Apple, it's just good to have, I guess. Here's Bjork Post, the Indian version. Pretty rare, I think. This sort of clamshell thing. I do have a bunch of Indian tapes, which I got from somebody who was one time trying to hit on somebody and was trying to invite them over to his house to look at their tapes, but I'm really the only one who was interested. And so he felt kind of cheated when he found out that she wouldn't be going, but I would. But he was giving me all of his really awesome tapes because he had no use for them. He ended up keeping a couple for some reason. That was a very long time ago, though. Bux Bad Luck Starts Here is the Shrimper as well. Here's a couple Deftones. The Ohms, I believe, is the newest Deftones that they put out on tape. Deftones are kind of this band that, I don't know, I never gave them a chance because they were what do you call them? Not new metal band, that's right. But somehow they're just, I don't know, they are kind of the exception because I don't really like new metal music, but I do like the Deftones for whatever reason. Disco Thick Q, I think, and Fishsticks are also, and Furniture One, those are all Shrimper tapes. Garbage is a band from Madison, Wisconsin. I actually saw them once. Butch Vig, and one of the guys from Garbage. I have got some Firetown and Spooner as well on tape. And I think Doug Erickson, somebody used to come into the natural food store that I used to work a long, long time ago. I didn't really talk to him. But anyway, this Michael Jackson thing here is a Pepsi Michael Jackson box set. And it is in excellent shape. Pepsi presents Michael Jackson. These 3 albums. And when I was moving out of my old place, my roof was leaking really badly. And water got really, really close to that and would have wrecked it. But it didn't. Let's see. So a little bit of Bollywood. These King Crimsons, you would think that these are great. I did too when I bought them. And I found out, alas, that the seller had made them and they're fake. You can tell because there's screws in it. The tape is too dark. It's the wrong thing. There are actually some misspellings in this. This would have been great. What was it? $25 each for these would have been a good deal. But nope. And so I had to file a PayPal account, and PayPal, you just document what happened. And he obviously had sent them from some other foreign country, even though the address was in Kansas. And I just kept saying, yep, I'll send them back to you. And I never really heard back from him. Well, I did get a few incoherent messages from him begging me to, well, not begging me, but asking me if the tapes were in me and stuff or something. And, not very good English. And then PayPal sided with me and gave me all my money back. So these ended up being free, which is just fine, I guess. And I listened to them and they sounded pretty poor. And Yeah, that's what you get for, he had some others there were unofficial tapes that he marked as such, but then when you get into scamming people by trying to fake some original Island tapes, well, I'm going to, make an issue of that, of course. And I did try to return them to him, by the way, for the record. He didn't, clearly wherever he sent them to me was not going to help him as far as getting them back. This is one of the only Kraftwerk things I don't have. There's a few Kraftwerk. Somebody has like the most incredible Kraftwerk. I don't say this about a lot of tapes because usually with most cases and most rock tapes and classic kind of tapes like these, I have the best collection of anybody I know. And I mean, some people post things, but I mean, I always have most of what they have. I'm not trying to brag when I say that, but it's just sort of true. People really think I'm bragging or something, or I don't know. They don't seem to like it when I point this out, but I'm sorry. It's just the truth. And to be honest, I don't really get much credit for my collection, considering how great it is. But anyway, I mean, some people really love my collection, but it's mostly quiet. But anyway, there is somebody who has a Kraftwerk collection, which dwarfs even my collection. It's just like they must have every Kraftwerk thing, which is great. And I mean, I made friends with them, and yeah, I kind of wish they would show off their collection more because I like it when somebody has a better collection of something than I do. This is Mrs Robinson Lemonheads. That was pretty cheap. These Madonna singles I listened to a long time ago. Actually, I have 2 copies of that. Man, Friday the 13th. I wasn't terribly impressed with the Friday the 13th music. It's more built on that like chi-chi-chi-ka-ka-ka thing, that sound thing. But the soundtrack itself is it's okay, but I don't know, pretty mediocre, I thought. It wasn't that great. It was, I don't know. Like, I think it's overrated. I think like people are a little bit too hyped about that one. I do like the Halloween ones. Those have a character to them. Ministry. This didn't age well. A little bit cheesy, but I enjoyed it anyway. Like the instrumental part of it's great, and then the vocals are just kind of embarrassing after over 30 years later. Oh well, Ministry. You tried. I know you tried. Let's see. Oh, there's another Madonna. That shouldn't be there. Whoops. Let's put that over here. How'd that get there? Let's trade these. Okay. Montessori, I think, and Mote I really liked. Mote was really cool. And that's like from 96 or something. Let's see, Thailand or Indonesian version of this. Pere Ubu Worlds in Collision. There's a certain song, it's either by the Pixies or Frank Black or Pere Ubu, and I can't, it's in my head, and I thought it was a Pere Ubu song. Well, when they were kind of doing their more pop stuff. It's interesting how the Pixies and Pere Ubu are kind of similar. The Pixies I also found, I think I started to look and found, what is this, Bossa Nova? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was cool. It wasn't too much money. This really wasn't too much money. Trompe Le Monde. I think Trompe Le Monde kind of gets a bad rap, honestly. I think it's a really good album. Everybody's always on, I mean, I think most people have sided with Kim Deal. Or I think that's actually long water under the bridge long ago now at this point, but I honestly kind of felt like Kim Deal's vocals were a little bit irritating at times, and that Frank Black's music is actually pretty great. And this whole like idea of Kim Deal or something is, I don't know, it's some kind of, Kim Deal might be a better person or something than Frank Black. Maybe she might have been a nicer person. I don't really know. But I mean, she interjects like all the time, and it's usually she's just saying whatever he just sang. I don't care about that. I don't care about anything. Sorry. I don't know. It's been a rough month again. I mean, it's been okay. It's really been fine. Primordial Undermind was pretty good. Yeah. I haven't gotten as much work done on my movies I'd like. been working a little too much for that, and I wasn't feeling well. I think that was the major problem. Not that I've been not working enough, or too much. I haven't really been working too much. This is pretty good. What else? I like the Soul Asylum Grave Dancers Union album, sort of. It's a good 90s, it's a nostalgic 90s trip, that sort of thing, whatever. Truman's Water, oh yes, one of the last Truman's Waters I have to get. I was really happy to find that one. And finally, the last Sang. I'd done a number of these Sang albums. Sang actually is the name of my old high school English teacher as well. But this guy did operas, and some of these operas, Chinese operas, go back to the mid-60s, and it's got the whole percussion where it sounds like just somebody dropped a whole bunch of cymbals. But I guess, it's respectable Chinese opera, though. It's not just people dropping things. And that is this month's tall. I've got some really incredible stuff coming. I probably should have waited to do the video till tomorrow. But whatever, I'll do it next month. And yes, I'm happy about this month's haul. I think it had some really good stuff. And I'm kind of, hoping by the end of the year to be done with, getting most of the stuff I'm likely to get. And maybe just not doing these videos as much anymore. Maybe just doing them once every 3 months or something. Okay. Because, from some point, I'll just have boring stuff left to listen to. Or have to make up stories about whatever I'm listening to. All right, I should go. 12 minutes. All right, bye. See you later. Have a good week. Have a good month. Bye.